Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
There we go. All better now. Man, titties are the greatest things on earth.
Hail and howdy, everybody. I am Adam the Renaissance Nerd, and welcome to the Daily Dive, the Double D's, where you, the chat, the fans, are you fans? I hope you're fans. Where you, the chat, are in charge. You make this engine go around. You make this ship steer right into the iceberg, where I will stay at the helm and have a meltdown despite the fact that we're sinking. You never know what's going to happen on this show because you guys have your desires to make me suffer. Yes, let's review what happened yesterday for just a moment, okay? Just a moment. Yesterday, amidst my attempts to talk news and this and that, we went down game show memory lane for a minute, but then I had to review a horrible game that we shall never mention of again. Let's just say it involved deviant, degenerate behavior. And then my lore from a different show comes back to haunt me because people just can't accept I didn't drink out of a hose when I was a kid. So we had to watch a video on hoses eventually, and where and then the video says, "Hey kids, drink from the hose. It's safe." So you never know where this is going to go unless it's Wednesdays and it's Warhammer Wednesdays, and we know exactly where that's going to fun educational content about 40K lore. But you never know what's going to happen. It's all because of you fine people who show up every day, and let's be honest, you pay to make me suffer. You give me $5 for a rant on any general pop culture topic you like, or thing that is kind of you might find amusing. For $10, you can also broach a topic. Adam, what do you think of this? Adam, how do you feel about that? And we can have a discussion, you and I. We'll go down a rabbit hole together and hopefully come out sane. For another $10, you can rent me for 30 minutes to play video games, whether it's a game you want me to play with other people or it's a game that you want me to review. But, you have to give me time. I also need to get the game. It has to be several things, but this is the agreed upon cost. $10 for 30 minutes of my real world time, because when I have to do something like that, it takes away from scheduled content creation. $15 to talk about an article in depth that I may show you or one you may be sitting on. $20 to make me watch those videos that will likely kill my soul. And then for $30, you can schedule me to do a live on-stream review, no edits, no takebacks, no nothing, of an episode of television or a movie of your choice. But as I said, it's an investment in time. You got to give me 1 to 2 days because it takes time to set this thing up. Also, because I have to find the time within other content creation and real life, because real life happens whether we want it to or not. But there in the rules, you guys seem to have approved of these rules for just about 3 months now. You guys have approved of these rules, so they have not changed. And I hope to continue to either add rules or improve on them as you see fit, because this is your show. I get 1, maybe 2 segments to myself every time. And then the rest is up to you guys. It's always up to you guys. So you can either send a super chat, you could send gift memberships, or you can send a Stream Elements tip. All of these things count towards your desires to make me suffer. We currently do not have a donation tier at the moment. I haven't thought of anything clever, and you guys haven't suggested anything. Nothing's come up. The last one we didn't make it, so there will be no Disney Star Wars tabletop stream during my Week of Doom. But we can, of course, still add things to the Week of Doom, and do not fear. I have not forgotten about the promises made for the Day of Doom, the Week of Doom. The fanfic will get written. We have to get through this month before I can turn my attention to other things, because we've got the remainder discussions of Superman, which we'll have one today. I've picked out an article from the articles we're going to go over and we're going to breeze through that I want to talk about. We've still got coverage of Superman going forward. We've got Fantastic Four baby steps in literally 9 days. Little less than that if you count early previews. We got baby steps coming up. So that's kind of got all my remaining focus for the rest of the month. Once we're past that, the schedule opens up a bit. I do not have anything specifically planned review-wise in August. So that's going to open up for me putting the final touches on setting up the tabletop streams that we're putting together. I could turn my attention back to that. And then other things like the Disney Star Wars fanfic that you all paid for that I must get to. Ugh. Yes, that will get cranked out before the year is over. I will start turning my attention to that come August. But we are still in July. We are here now. So hail and howdy, everybody. Hail to the mods. Hail to Weasel. Hail to anybody else just chilling out, hanging, not chatting. I'm happy that you're joining us today. I hope you are having a good time so far. Hope you're always having a good time. And the best that you could do right now in this moment is hit that like button. It's not hard. If you're having a good time, if you enjoy my content overall, hit that like button. We have crossed into the 4,000 subs territory, which means it's a whole new world. The algorithm may look at me differently, and it helps to hit that like button. It helps to keep chatting. Whether or not you're talking to me, you're talking with each other. Just have a good time. Show that algorithm that you're here for entertainment purposes, even if that entertainment makes my soul crumble beneath the weight of your roasting and your mocking and your desires to see me suffer. Anyway, all right. So we've got articles up today. I have one of them that I have picked off to do that. But I also have sort of a small discussion thing. I've been kind of saying this for a couple of streams now, this little particular topic. But it's appropriate for this one because I can go on and you guys can throw out your ideas. It's me wanting to vent my desires for gaming. We'll save that till a few more people are here. Have a drink. You gotta keep the throat not parched. I almost said a word that you guys would use against me. So we gotta keep yourself quenched. Gotta keep yourself hydrated. Otherwise it gets bad. Yes, algorithm. I'm gonna rename yourself Algorithm the Strong. Anyway, why don't we dive right into let's dive into the articles for the day. Let me do a refresh as usual. We're nothing expanded out of the usual 4 that we circle around because I don't feel like they're all the same. And these ones kind of are the best collection of all the crap stories out there. So let's dive right in. And remember, if you guys see something, make a note of it and we can you'll get my hot take on it. All right. So Variety, the Emmys are locked in. That's kind of the story right now. They're locked in. And they're going to talk about snubs. They're going to talk about what got in. And let's just remember one single important fact. Award shows are worthless. Award shows are worthless. They don't mean anything. Nobody watches them anymore. Nobody cares about the results. And only stands when they see their pathetic show listed like Andor. They're going to go, oh my God, it got Emmys. Yay. It means nothing. Nobody watched your show. You could pretend it's important, but here we are 2 months later. Nobody's talking about your show anymore. Nobody's waxing poetic. Only you tiny few stands So nobody cares about the Emmys. Nobody cares about awards show. They're going to come. They're going to go. We're going to make fun of the low ratings. We're going to make fun of their probably political agenda they're going to shove in there. And then we're going to move on with our lives to do bigger and better things. So sleepy. I saw you guys in Discord when I finished Mellow Mondays, and I thought, they playing games? Well, good luck on that. I'm going to bed. I am not going to go down a very questionable decision of playing games at 1 a.m. in the morning my time. I was not going to go down that road. I was going to clean myself up, and I was going to go to bed and try and get as much sleep as possible so that I could be all the Adam you need me to be for today's stream. Yes. So sleepy, Kel. Yet tonight, I guarantee, after I'm done with Lunar gaming stream tonight, if they're in there, there'll be Dark Tide tonight. Anyway, I know what you did last summer, why Lola Tung and Nicholas Alexander Chavez roles got slashed. Wow, look at me not caring. Jordan sweetens the pot with muscular 45% cash rebate, and royals are set. What? I don't even know what I just read. I don't know what I just read. Somebody explain these things to me. Old man, confused, scared, alone in the woods. Czech Academy's call for voters to select Broken Voices as Oscar entry comes under fire. This approach feels manipulative. Take my statements about award show from a minute ago and drop it right there. Beyonce leads Emmy Oh my. Do I need more evidence? More evidence. Nobody cares about awards show. You see the word Beyonce, go fuck yourself. One of the fakest, most obnoxious, terrible people in the world. Would I have sex with her? Yes. But that doesn't change the fact she's a horrible, disgusting person morally and intelligence-wise. Because she's not intelligent, she's dumb. Greg Wallace's MasterChef co-host John Turode fired over racist language. I kind of got to know what he said. Oh, I'm very curious what the racist language was that somebody feels so upset over. Roblox launches new licensing platform with Lionsgate, Netflix, Sega, and Kodansha as founding partners. Wow, that's a lot of names. But I see Netflix and Netflix should have nothing to do with gaming. Nothing at all. Just no. Rebel Moon video game launches. I didn't know that was the next story. This proves my point. Rebel Moon video game launches from Netflix as Zack Snyder talks future of film franchise, Fortnite obsession, and James Gunn's Superman. Did anybody ask for a Rebel Moon video game and it's being launched from Netflix? Your Honor, I rest my case. Netflix should have nothing to do with gaming. You just sank more money into Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon franchise, which nobody watched, nobody cared about, except a handful of Snyder bots. And you think people are going to show up and play a video game streamed through Netflix? Are you kidding me? And I'm going to talk about gaming in a little bit, too. That's my discussion topic for today. I'm going to talk about gaming. Nobody asked for a Rebel Moon video game. Talk about not understanding goddamn landscaping. Shut up. I'm doing a live stream. Obsessive landscaping on this stupid place I live in. Subscribe to my channel. Make it profitable so I can move, please. I need to get out of here. Horrible place, horrible state, horrible place. I pay all this fucking rent and I get nothing but headaches. Not to mention other shit that's going on around here. Got to get away from. Ay. Talking Tom games and miraculous tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir set your long crossover event, including words being spoken that tell me real gamers don't give a shit. Here we go. Jesus. They had a Rebel Moon. Oh, wow. I guarantee you didn't play it. You didn't play it, did you, Kel? I guarantee you guys didn't play that. And we're real gamers. Harris Ford lands first career Emmy nomination for Shrinking and becomes second oldest nominee in category history. Yeah, Apple TV show. I know nothing about it. It has a couple seasons, and I don't care. As much as I enjoy Harrison Ford, I don't care. Don't care. Not interested. Mint Mobile. Don't care about Mint Mobile. Kathy Bates becomes oldest Emmy nominee for lead drama actress. Yeah, she's gender swapped, rebooted Matlock. Are you kidding me? Thank you. Thank you. You chose a fantasy program. Like true gamers. Studio breaks. Ted Lasso Emmy more Emmy bullshit. Don't care. Endeavor streaming. Which powers UFC Fight Pass sold to European provider Daytatra? Sure. Good luck with that. I don't watch UFC anyway. Fox News strikes deal to put Ruthless podcast on digital roster. I don't watch any of these shows anymore. Never heard of it. Don't care. David W. Thompson, Brendan Sexton III, Liana Wright, Mark Benga Akinagabe, yeah, starring in American Muscle. Those are a lot of names that don't sound American to me. That's I don't know. Aladdin star Mena Massoud on his first Egyptian film and the challenges of crossing over from Hollywood to Middle East. I'm doing Omar Sharif in reverse. Dude, don't you dare even put yourself in the category of Omar Sharif, who is one of the all-time greats in cinema history. You shut up. What have you done? You made a cringe fucking live-action Aladdin movie that made money, but no one talks about because it was forgotten as soon as it went away. It was released at the height of people still sucking on the teat of Disney and thinking that they were going to get elixir and be entertained, not questioning, just consuming. That's the only reason your Aladdin live action remake made money, is because people were still more stupid than they are now. I haven't heard of you done anything. I don't even know who you are. I don't care who you are. Don't you dare compare yourself to Omar Sharif, who is an all-time great in cinema history. Go away. This is what I've talked about repeatedly. A distinct lacking in true talent in today's entertainment. These nobodies cannot compare to the greats of yore. They cannot. That's simple. Colin Yost, Travis Kelce, Miles Teller, and more turned Tahoe into golf's busiest summer scene at American Country Championship. That's news that doesn't matter, which is what these sites specialize in. Out of Love Review, Camille Cotton steps up when her sister disappears, leaving 2 kids in need of a mother. Sounds pleasant. American Love Story stars Sarah Pigeon on Caroline Bessette hair and fashion backlash. I understand how beloved she is. I don't care. Every once in a while, I make this comment when we go through this stuff. Mindless slop. This is mindless news slop. And if you care about this, please, there is a bridge in Brooklyn I want to sell you for a really sweet deal. I guarantee you'll own it. Sirius XM launches ad support plan for less than $7 per month. Yeah, good luck. I don't listen to radio ever anymore. Amanda Shires will break post-split silence with Nobody's Girl album first single. Away it goes. More somebody else. I mean, she looks pretty. But another country music person talking about their horrible love life in a song. What news? Harry Potter first look at Nick Frost as Hagrid. That does not look good. That doesn't look good. I don't like that. Does not look good. Fleetwood Mac co-founder Peter Green's publishing recordings assets acquired by Primary Wave. Kevin Spacey Says release the Epstein. We don't talk about that. Pablo Escobar, El Patron del Mal. Del May or Mal? Is an L and I. Producer Diego F. Ramirez launches 64A docs. So whatever. How to watch Emmys. Yeah, I got an answer. You don't. You don't watch the Emmys. Harris Dickinson's directorial debut, Urchin, bought by 1-2 special for North America. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition sets release date on Mac. I'm still not going to buy it. I didn't buy it for console. I'm not going to buy it on my primary computer. Not going to happen. Don't care about 2077. Never have, never will. Well, I did for a minute until I saw what the game was going to be, and then I checked out, and then it was what it was. So, Bogota, Autofish, don't care. 10 don't care about Colombian directors. Take your international, take your globalism and shove it up your ass. John Stewart says MAGA is an open revolt. Okay, we don't talk about that. Colombia's burgeoning, and don't care about Colombia's burgeoning animation. I don't care. Don't care. Michael Madsen delivers one of his final performances in Concessions clip. Sure. R.I.P. Michael Madsen. Shooty Gatwa. It takes a lot out of you physically, emotionally, mentally, and he also has the line, he was stretched to his limits by Russell T. Davies. The response writes itself. We don't need to. I could just leave that one drifting in the ether, and you guys can finish that sentence all by yourself very easily. Locarno jury, Nickel Boys, producer Jocelyn Barnes, our full-time filmmaker Carlos Ray Gades. Oh no. Superman kiss centered in India, drawing fire from fans and film community. Listen, the whole movie should be one giant blur, so I don't have to suffer it ever again. Real Housewives of London reveals all, don't care. All fake. Deanna Glenn star in new canvas. Jacaranda Productions, Hong Kong set to VR noir culturing. Good. Have fun with that. Superman takes top spot at sluggish UK Ireland box office. Why put out a headline like that? That's not a win. That's a win. We limped into a first place notch while losing to Jurassic Park or World, across other markets in Europe. Give me a break, man. Movie didn't open well. Live with it. You can cope. The corporal can cope all they want. It did not open well. In fact, it opened the worst possible way it could with an international of $95 million. Till Thomas Shom to star in queer love story from debutante producer Shweta Tripathal. Tripathy? As an I. Yeah, no thanks. I'm a grown-ass woman, too much star Emily Ratajkowski, whatever her name is. She's a dumb bitch, playing deeper roles in her friendship with Lena Dunham. Right there, that just tells you she's a dumb bitch. You're friends with Lena Dunham. You're a dumb bitch. And I know Emma Ratajkowski. She's a moron. I've seen her say shit over the years. Nice tits, but a moron. Mark Gatiss on his new series Bookish, The Romance of Crime, and not having to worry about spoiling Fantastic Four. Yeah, it's already been spoiled. We know what happens. And it's a bad movie. And nobody cares you spoil it. That's the litmus test. If you're worried about spoiling and nobody cares you're going to spoil it, then your movie's going to do poorly. To do Superman star Edie Gathegi on working out with the Man of Steel and why Mr. Terrific's credit scene feels like a promise for his DC future. Yeah, Mr. Terrific, the only decent thing in that movie, really, to be honest. Superman box office muscled David Zaslav's early victory lap, last-minute Emmy predictions, and waiting for Rihanna. What victory lap? There is no victory lap for Superman. Nobody believes that you're going to be happy with a 550 to 650 gross when all is said and done. Nobody with a brain believes that. Only drooling, window-licking stands believe that, and apologists for this movie. Nobody believes this. Don't piss on me and tell me it's raining. It's already a failure. It will not rally. I'm saying this now. Superman will not rally. It could have as much, it could have as good a domestic as you can get. It will not rally internationally. And if it does not rally internationally, it will fail. You could cope and spin it all you want. Anything under $1 billion is a failure. It does not, as Dre always said, justify its existence. But it will keep going. It'll keep going. They're going to crap out more shit in the James Gunn DC universe. They're going to crap more out. And the apologists, I will love to come back to the apologists, the people pretending, convincing themselves they like this because they're so desperate. I'm telling you, it's Wheel of Time all over again. It's Wheel of Time all over again, except not as extreme and not as vicious with people who are convincing themselves. But it is cognitive dissonance. You're so afraid that if this fails, you're not going to get another chance at a Superman for such a long time that you're finding a way to convince yourself this shit is good. And it's not healthy. Cognitive dissonance, denying something is bad in front of you for the sake of saving your mental sanity is not good. You have to confront reality, cope with something being bad. You can like it, just admit it's bad. It's not hard. I have plenty of movies I know I like that are garbage. And I can say they're garbage. I'll do it. One of my dirty little secrets. Well, not a secret. I've said before. One of my dirty little what's the term? I just forgot the term. What is the term? Shit. Guilty pleasures. One of my guilty pleasures are the first 2 Pitch Perfect movies. I own them. They're on my shelf. They are not great movies, but they make me smile. The chicks are hot, and they're fun, but they're not great movies. And I can say that and admit it. The chicks are hot. There's nothing gay. The chicks are all hot in that. They're all hot, and several of them have taken their titties out in other places. They're hot. And I would do all kinds of things to Anna Kendrick. I would. Without shame. Without shame. And several other the girls and chicks in that movie. They're hot chicks. But I like them. I can admit that. Call me gay all you want. Call me gay all you want. I don't care. Guilty pleasure. I've admitted it in the past. I'm not going to hide from it. As the title of today's show says, I will not retcon my own lore for the sake of protecting myself, even no matter how bad it gets. So, bullshit. Bullshit. Don't tell me there's a victory. Don't tell me that Superman's great. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. James Gunn Superman, the more you think about it, the more you watch it, the worse it gets, the more it falls apart. If you have a working brain, you must admit this. It is a deeply flawed movie. Not the worst thing in the world, but it's a deeply flawed movie, both in lore, production, directing, and acting. I know I'm the outlier. I think the cast is mid as fuck. No, I didn't. No, that never happened. That has never happened. Never, ever. Never. Never. I've never watched High School Musical, ever, in my entire life. Because I have testicles. Because I'm a man. And I'm not gay. All right, we're done with Hollywood Report. We're done with Variety. Hollywood Reporter, Emmy bullshit, more Emmy bullshit, more Emmy bullshit. Inside the $3 billion South Park fight that may blow up its future. Listen, I love South Park as much as the next guy. I've always enjoyed it, even when I feel like they're going after stuff that I like, but they are equal opportunity offenders, so I don't usually take it personally. But if I never get more South Park, I'm fine. I'm fine. And Parker and Stone, they've got all the money in the world. They're one of those people that exist in the world that have fuck you money. They don't do anything ever again. They could do something new if they wanted to. I don't ever need more South Park. I've had enough South Park to satisfy me for a lifetime. So if it never comes back, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. And more. This is going to be all Emmy shit. So let's just move on to IGN. Let's do a refresh here. Pokemon card shop in Japan allegedly robbed by rival TCG shop owner. There's no use thinking you won't get caught. We'll definitely catch everyone. Gonna catch them all. Gonna catch. Stop with your fucking video. God damn, fucking IGN. Never gonna watch your fucking videos, you assholes. Arc Aquatica launches today with new Alban game trailer. I don't know what that is. I have to be told. San Diego Comic-Con 2025. How to watch it. IGN is back at SDCC 2025. I don't care about cons. I don't really have a desire to go to cons. I don't like being jammed into these places with thousands of other people around me. It's not that I have a agoraphobia or I'm afraid of anything like that. I just don't get it. There is nothing worth to me going to a con and squeezing into all that shit to watch a panel or get this when I will get the news all on my own in the comfort of my home with air conditioning instead of smelling a combination of nerds and fake fan shill stands. No. I don't want to. Not worth it. The Sonic Secret Lair Magic the Gathering set is already getting sold by scalpers online. I say it before and I say it again, no matter how much you love an IP that Wizards of the Coast has gotten their dirty little fingers on, don't buy it. I shouldn't be telling people what to do with their money, but I'm saying you should not be supporting Wizards of the Coast because they hate you. They hate you for the nerd that you are and all you believe in. And they will destroy what you love given the chance. They already have in many ways. So don't give them your money. I don't care if you love Final Fantasy. I don't care if you love Sonic. I don't care if you love another set that they're releasing to try and keep Magic afloat. Don't do it. They hate you. This shit only ends when we speak with our wallets and we do not give money to the corpos that hate everything we love and stand for as nerds and fans. It's that simple. Nintendo reveals how Donkey Kong Bonanza would have looked as a Switch 1 game. This is me not caring. Don't care about a Hocus Pocus 3. Don't care. Donkey Kong Bonanza is the start of a new 3D Donkey Kong branch separate to 2D Donkey Kong game, separate to 2D Donkey Kong games. Can we stop pretending Donkey Kong is important? Can we stop pretending that he's important? Because he's not. The world doesn't move on Donkey Kong as a major IP. It doesn't. Nintendo drones can go, yay, Donkey Kong, but Donkey Kong isn't changing anything. Ever. It's not. That's simple. Don't store Paizo. What's Paizo? Do I know Paizo? What do they do? I'm not sure what they do. Oh dear. I'm not sure what Paizo does. I'll need an explanation for that. Okay. We didn't ask for this information? We don't need this. We don't need this, Legatus. We don't need that information. He's a bot. I swear to God, you are a bot. You hear this and the information bubbles up. Paizo and Pathfinder. Yeah, I have one Pathfinder game on my shelf, Kingmaker, and I never finished it because it's a broken game. Because you get overwhelmed by the events and you lose track of shit. And it was fun for a while, but I quickly lost interest of it. I lost my save files. I don't think I even have my save files again. So I'd have to start all over again to play it. And I don't know if I have that in me. I just don't. I didn't enjoy it enough to do that. Acquired programming dominates original Nielsen's 2025 streaming charts so far. I haven't had anything TV to review for a while, but every time we go back to it, I will always say, as it stands now, the metrics used by Nielsen are broken metrics. Million, billion minutes viewed is a broken metric because it could be easily manipulated. And Nielsen itself doesn't even accurately use it. Doesn't even accurately use it because it's manipulated by long-standing shows. Oh, I knew you meant the tabletop game. I'm just talking my experience with Pathfinder is the one game I have. I knew that. Let's see. We already talked about Hagrid, Nick Frost. We mentioned this. South Park. Narrative sandbox thriller, Strange, Ancient of Strange, announced for PC. Megan's 2.0 is a disaster. We already knew that. Game Pass for July 2025. Don't care. Tokyo Gaming. Mecha Akihabara set to lose landmark former Sega Arcade after 32 years. Oh, that sucks. That's a shame. That is a shame. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered Update 1.2 quality closed the door on Dark Brotherhood lore blunder. Well, good for people getting that fixed if they needed that fix. The DCU Supergirl is a total mess. James Gunn says she's ending up at a different than her cousin. Yeah, because you're using Tom King, Supergirl. We talked about this last night on Mellow Mondays. This is Supergirl by Tom King, not Supergirl by far better writers in decades past, whether it's comic, live action, or animated. This is Supergirl by Tom King, which means it's going to be incredible dog shit. But because Millie Alcock has an army of fucking simps, this movie is already going to have a massive buffer that we're going to have to fight through in order to have a legitimate, objective conversation about it. Squeenix won't allow Switch 2 upgrade for Dragon Quest 1 to HD2D Remake. Warns that DLC is locked to a specific platform. Well, sucks for you Switch players. I'll have it on my console, on an actual console. I said it. Where I won't have a problem with that when I get to it. And I have history with Dragon Quest 2. I never beat the original game. I got to the final boss. He got to his phase 2, and he annihilated my party. So I have a score to settle when I get there. Once we've played HD 2D 3, and then we play HD 1 and 2, I have a score to settle with Dragon Quest 2. Back then it was Dragon Warrior 2, but you understand there's the same difference. I have a score to settle, and I'm going to beat that game. I am going to beat it like a redheaded stepchild. Ready or Not developer Void Interactive ignores fan backlash and proceeds with changes introduced for console releases. Well, that sounds like a bad move. Never ignore the fans. Scrap 2014 Dead Island 2 sucked, admits former Deep Silver executive. Don't care. Never played it. I don't get it. Nintendo Switch 2 owner says their console was banned after playing legitimate secondhand games another user had copied. It's been overturned, as we'll find out in another article very soon, and then the next tab. But that's the whole Nintendo Big Brother shit rearing its ugly head. Okay, once again, Legatus, why are you talking High School Musical? Why? Why are you talking High School Musical? No. Oh. Oh. That would be the rules. Helldivers 2 update 1.003.2 out now. Check patch notes. That's something on the list that we could be made to play down the road. I don't have it. If I did get it, I would honestly like to wait till at least it's on sale. I do not want to pay full price for this game. Nintendo Switch 2 system update to 20.2.0. Here are patch notes. Okay. The only official John Wick video game is being pulled from all platforms 6 years after release. I didn't know there was a John Wick game. Shooty Gottwald quit Doctor Who after finding lead role physically, emotionally, mentally strenuous. Lies. We've talked about this. Lies. These are lies. He was fired. The show is canceled because nobody watched it and everybody with a brain hated it. The DCU Superman would kill if he had to, James Gunn says. Keep talking, James Gunn. Keep digging the hole and proving my point over and over again that you do not understand Superman. Keep doing it. You make my point every time you open your lying freaking mouth. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. All right, we're into yesterday's news there. Park Place, quick refresh. Nintendo bans Sushi owner after banned this guy, and they reversed the ban quickly after appeal. But still, it shouldn't have happened. It should not have happened. Don't be a big brother to your customers. But Nintendo drones, they don't care. They'll just keep going. Yes, thank you, sir. May I have more? James Gunn Instagram follow sparks Wonder Woman cast rumors, but he says it's not what fans think. Oh, I swear to God, he followed that dumb cow from Andor. I swear to God. Oh, I hate stands. You do not hate stands and chills enough. You don't. You do not. They're all idiots. Disneyland's Talking Walt figurine now launching July 17th. That's in 2 days. James Gunn defends controversial Jor-El twist Superman. It happened before in the comics. And that is an article I'm pulling for my segment today. I'm pulling up that one. We're going to talk about this. Let's open it up right here. Boom, bang, pow. Put it off to the side. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Dominique Thorne claims Ironheart may not have sold her soul to Mephisto despite evidence to the contrary in flopped show's finale. Do people think, do these people think, and some people in general, and I'm encountering that in a certain situation I am involved in right now in real life. Do you not realize that once you put something out there, once you say something, you can't counteract evidence we have, receipts? And do you not think the receipts are going to speak for themselves? Do you not think somebody is going to say something, someone's going to show something that proves you're a liar and you're wrong or you're coping? This is some of the biggest effing cope I've seen in a long time. She's not possessed. Bitch, we see it on your arm in the still. We see you getting corrupted. Stop lying. Stop trying to save your show that is a complete failure and nobody cares about. And if not for you saying this statement, nobody's talking about it anymore. It's already faded into the ether of the internet. And you make a statement like this, it's only going to draw us back to pointing at you and saying your show sucked, you sucked. Stop lying. Take your cope someplace else. We're all filled up here. Yeah, because they put that shit on in post. They added that shit in post. And this is yesterday. Okay. All right. Them's the articles. You guys can think about those for a bit. Decide if you have anything you want me to do a take on, excluding that James Gunn article from Park Place. I will be doing that in my own segment in a little bit here. We have no super chats and no stream elements tips so far. So I will continue on doing what I want until you tell me what you want. I do want to have a discussion. Since I mentioned game, I have a gaming discussion I want to talk about. I'll throw this guys out to you. I want to throw this out to you. And we'll go back and forth on this. Little open forum discussion here. We're gamers here. We always talk about that, man. So we're gamers. But the thing is, we are all gamers of different types. We all enjoy different things. Some of us, we do have overlap in things we enjoy. But we all have different tastes and feelings. And right now, gaming in general, while there are bright spots, it's rough out there. It's rough out there because what was once the AAA industry in gaming, what was once giving us, and when I'm saying once, I'm talking like 15, 20 years ago, where we could get multiple games a year that were good. We would have all our needs satisfied. There was always somewhere we can go to add to our backlog. They don't provide that anymore. They're not. They take a decade to make a game, and when they put it out, it's shit and it's broken. It's shit for many reasons, including being broken, bad characters, bad narrative, all that stuff. The AA community, they're doing the best they can. They're trying their hardest, and they're succeeding in many ways. There are a lot of great AA games out there that have come out in the past year now. I could roll down the list, but you know what I'm talking about, that have just been fun. And they have allowed me to sort of scratch some itches. But as I complete games, as I go back and replay old greats, as I continue to play co-op game with the boys, and I get that kind of stuff, that need satisfied to play with buddies and kill shit and have a good time and have just good old-fashioned gaming, I still find myself, when all is said and done, in the quiet hours of the night, yearning for games that don't exist. I'm yearning for games that don't exist. I am primarily an RPG player. It is what really got me into gaming. Of course, when I started playing video games, there were no RPGs, not really. And as the genre grew on the NES, and I found out that this is what I love the most. I love these games where they're fantasy settings and magic and weapons and leveling and story and grinding for levels, or eventually grinding for levels. When you're a kid, you don't get that, but that's what I love. And of course, the genre of the RPG has evolved over the decades. It is evolved into many different subgenres of RPGs. JRPG, standard RPG, isometric top-down RPG, action RPG, strategy RPG. There are so many, and they all have their strengths and weaknesses. But we've reached a point now where, and this is why I'm talking about from an RPG perspective, which is why I encourage you guys to answer my questions with your own likes, needs, dislikes, and favorites and stuff like that, so we can have this conversation today. There's something missing for me in my RPG needs right now. I am loving replaying Lunar, but I've replayed this so many times. It's just an old friend I'm having fun with. It's not new. I finished Expedition 33. That was new, but for now, that was a one-time play. With everything wrapped into that, I don't see myself replaying that anytime soon. I've got one, maybe two things left on my shelf for replay value or new game value I haven't played. And there is a to-buy list growing for this year for me, for games that I want for console. But as great as they are to be looking like they're going to be story-driven, character-driven, stuff like that, there's a particular type of RPG need that is not being met. And it falls somewhere between MMO and co-op and PvE, private solo play. And yeah, Weasel brings up a good thing. Innovation is a major problem. And I put a pin in that. I will come back to that. That's an important point in this discussion here. Definitely innovation is an important point in that, Weasel. Excellent thing to bring up there. Or lack thereof right now. So what's missing for me is this, and I admit this is being influenced by a lot of the anime I have watched, or some anime that I've watched over this year so far, past couple seasons. And usually it's a fantasy-based setting where the characters have jobs and classes, they're forming adventuring parties, and not so taking out of the whatever main story that the anime is centered in. It's a world where you have an adventurers guild, and you have a focal point capital city that everybody's launching out from. There are dungeons, there are monsters, there's things to do out in the world, and you have your party, you build it, you go on adventures, you rank up, and you find more stuff, you build a home base, stuff like that. And for me, I want a game like that for solo play. This is separate from the conversation I've had in the past where I want a living MMO world that is going to adapt to the gamers, adapt to the population, rather than just put us on rails and put us through something. That's a different conversation that I've had before, and I'm not going to bring that up again. I'm talking about solo play right now. I want to sit down and play an RPG where I start from nothing. I literally will start from nothing. I will enter this hub city, this capital city. I will join an adventurers guild, sign up, and slowly make my way with no main story. At this point, I don't need a main story to follow. I want I want a world that will generate, not to even have the same thing every time. I would like to be a sandbox world. It has to be a bit of a sandbox world. I want these dungeons to be I guess procedurally generated, where it's gonna randomly regenerate itself every time. I don't necessarily need the characters I meet to be set characters. I'd like the game engine, the AI of the game, to create these characters new every time. So I can meet and these are the new adventures. Like, oh, this healer wasn't here this time. Oh, this warrior wasn't here. Oh, now this priestess, or is this time it's a priest, not a priestess. These races are coming. I want that adventurous feeling like, oh, I'm making these connections to these characters. We're building a story with each other in this generated world, and then we're going to come together and go out on adventures and just explore and have the game throw stuff at me and have me react to it and build that. That is a game I want, and it doesn't exist. And I don't think it's going to exist at all. Because I think I'm a very small minority clamoring for something like that. Where I want to go out, where you can, because you see, there are elements like this in many games. I know right you're thinking, Adam, Elder Scrolls has these elements. Of course it has those elements. But that's not the game I'm looking for. I've played Elder Scrolls games. I don't really like Elder Scrolls games because there's a cap to it. And that's not really the game I'm describing. But the elements of that, where you find materials, craft weapons, build weapons. I want to find stuff and build things. I want to create something. I want to have my party where we're drinking we have a cutscene in the tavern or a story mode scene where we're out there, and now it's like, okay, we've saved enough money from our adventuring. Let's buy this house in town to be our party headquarters. And you go and you rent and you go buy it. Not RPG Minecraft, not Minecraft. I mean, I want the real AI to be good, not Minecraft bullshit. I don't want Minecraft bullshit. So I mean, that's what I really that's a hunger I have the most right now for a game. And it's not out there. And to go back to Weasel's point there about innovation. That would be an innovative thing to do. Create a world like that. Create a world that's going to create a world governed by its AI in the game to generate this stuff, to create it for you. Just a single player PvE experience in a world you're just going to have fun with and come back to restart it over and over again. I mean, certain things are going to be static, but a certain element of change all the time. That would be innovation, to do something like that. And maybe there is a AA developer out there somewhere who has this idea. Maybe they will randomly watch this stream and hear what I have to say and think, man, that nerd right there, that nerd in the glasses, he's onto something. He's onto something. He's figured this. He's tapped into something that I think with a small team, I could make a good game on this and put it out there. And then it would attract people and be something that could be fun. Maybe somebody is out there and they'll hear this, or they have their own idea and they'll go that way. But I don't think it's going to happen because I don't think people realize that they maybe want something like that. And it makes me a little sad. I mean, they're going to be great. I'm going to play great games this year, next year, probably. But it's just going to be great games. They're not going to be something that deep down in my gaming nerd heart and soul that I'm yearning for. It's the same thing. And this falls into the other part of this, is that I yearned for an MMO experience of a similar fashion. I've talked about this in the past. I yearned for an MMO experience of similar fashion with passion, that where we can come together and basically build this generated world together. And I see Kratos with $5. Try to take your bias out of it. Which is the worst movie, Jurassic World Rebirth or Superman 2025? Remove them from the context of their franchises too. Well, I haven't seen Rebirth, so Kratos, I cannot honestly make that comparison because I had no interest in Rebirth. My only interest in Rebirth was from a box office perspective for the comparisons of who's going to win. From what I understand, though, having had an in-depth conversation with Dermy and Jed, it's not a good movie, but it's not the worst movie ever. But it's by far not a good movie, and tried to get back to the roots of the franchise. So all I can say is that I can't take my bias out of it because Superman's the only thing, and I have nothing to compare it to. So I reserve the right to answer your question with a comparison I can better make towards Kratos. And Kratos is one of the people who has genuinely made it clear how he feels about this with actual answers to my questions. We've had several discussions on streams at this point, he and I. So Kratos is one of the people that has clearly responded to my questions of why he likes it. But I can't give a complete answer to this as you're posting it. And also in terms of Superman, the franchise just started, and to compare, there is only a little bit to latch onto with that. So I hope that's a sufficient answer for now, Kratos. I reserve the right to return to this question when I can better answer it. Perhaps a question for Jed, since he has seen both. I can bring it up to him on Sunday this week. You want complementarianism, the RPG. I'm not sure what that means, Kratos. But I mean, preference on mechanics. What do you mean by that, Frank? What do you mean by preference on mechanics? Please elaborate. Exactly. Swear to God, fucking landscaping. So distracting. God damn. Do you guys hear that? It's maddening. Every week, and it still looks like shit. I guarantee you, I'll go take out the garbage when we're done here, and it's still going to look like shit. Anyway, let's see. So, but back to my point on that. I would want the same thing for an MMO, where we can all go in there, and the world is going to adapt to the player base. I would, for what I'm talking about, either one would work. I am, of course, born and bred as a turn-based JRPG player, but I wouldn't be averse to either one as long as the companion AI is good and would react and be able to be well programmed in the party situation with like bosses. So I have a feeling that it would have to be some sort of a hybrid between the two. You'd have to find a good hybrid. Like, I feel as though the combat engine for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth Remake. That's a nice little hybrid engine has a little bit of menu play, selective stuff, a little bit of turn-based type stuff in it, but it's still action-oriented, and I'm still satisfied and I'm not frustrated. So I would be okay with a version like that. And I feel that would work best in that type of situation. I feel that would work best. So I'd be okay with that. Okay, so just you can't hear anything. Well, this is a good microphone, and the sound dampening is pretty good on StreamYards. So you just understand it's maddening that even through my slightly noise canceling headphones here, I still hear it, and it's maddening. I hate it. I hate every second of it. I'm just glad I got enough sleep today before it really got bad. But yeah, so I'd be okay with that with the type of engine they use, combat engine they used in Remake and Rebirth. But again, back to the MMO side of this, I would want it to be a world where we go in there and do the same thing that I just described in this solo PvE experience, but have that experience in an MMO. And where the world is really adapted to it. Like, if we don't do certain things, there's going to be an orc invasion, or there's going to be an undead uprising, and we're going to get swarmed. I guess that's a good way to put it. I want something that isn't locked into the rails of anything. I want something that will continue to, it wouldn't need updates. The game is created to update itself in terms of its engine creativity, you know? And I don't know about endless advancement. I'm sure there'd be a level cap or a skill cap, but the adventures would still be there. And the game itself would just create an environment of exploration and wonder. I think that back to Weasel's point about innovation, to do that in a solo game, to do that in an MMO would be great, because that kind of thing has been represented in anime. When you talk about MMOs in anime, I've seen there are games called that. There are games in some anime about MMOs where it presents those situations where it's always adapting and growing and it's not a set thing. The ideas are out there. I guess you need endless advance. I mean, you could do that by basically applying bonus points or sorts, like a the ability to keep, like, maybe not after you reach the level cap, you can keep earning points to do that. No, I played ESO. It wasn't like that at all when I played it. It was not. I know you like ESO, Weasel. When I played it, it was not like that at all. To me, it was a mess. But yeah, to Kel's point, the striving of it, you get like abilities to keep refining your character, and so it'll be like that. I want it to be like that. And well, here's the other problem with, I would say, ESO now. I don't want the lore of Elder Scrolls. I don't want that lore. I'm not interested in that lore. I want something that doesn't have lore. I want something that the lore builds on itself in the game. It has a set history, but the lore builds on itself. I mean, I'm asking for a very large reach here, I know, but that's why I'm fantasizing about this right now. That's the whole point of this conversation. This is my wish, my dream, my hope that someday maybe I'll get a game like this. And I don't feel like it's going to happen. I just don't. Complementarianism is the idea that no one person can do everything and you must rely on others to specialize in order to have a well-rounded game world. An actual party unit where you need the actual party system, where you need your tank, you need your DPS, you need your healer, you need your support classes. Otherwise, you will fail. And that's kind of a trend in certain fantasy-based anime these days, where the antagonist party will throw out the key member that kind of holds it all together. And the party then falls apart, and they don't know why, because they were ignoring the fact that either the healer or the support character was the one doing all these things. And there is a role for everybody. And that's why we call it role-playing. Role-playing games, RPGs. Everybody has a role to play. At least that's one way to translate that. So, I mean, there is... I think there's a market out there for both private play, solo play, and MMO co-op, stuff like that, if they really did that. Something like that, which doesn't carry the baggage. I mean, I know Weasel's talking about ESO. ESO has a ton of freaking baggage to it. And there's a lot of baggage that either a lot of people went in there and played before, didn't like it, or don't want to get involved with it at all because of that baggage. They don't want to deal with it. Baggage matters. History matters on something. At least that's how I look at it. And in the end, this is my dream. And and I'm sure you guys have your own thoughts on this. I mean, Kel said earlier he knows what I'm talking about. He understands the feeling that I have, and I miss it. Or I miss the idea that there's a chance I'm going to get something like that, because I don't think I'm going to. I don't. I just don't. I mean, I'll tell you, every few weeks I go onto Steam and I scroll through current upcoming RPG games to see if anything remotely looks like what I'm looking for. And no, I mean, right now we thought that PAX Day, that MMO, we thought that might be one of those things, but that game's falling on its face right now. So that one looks like it's not going to be what we were looking for. That's interesting. That's it. That's essentially the same as an RPG Maker type of situation where make something, put it out. That's an interesting thing. But that requires an active, vibrant, healthy player base for something like that. And if you don't have that, then that kind of idea will not work. But if it's working, it's you? Oh, you said used to. Yeah. See, there it is. There it is. Yeah, they removed it. Okay. Yeah. And this is why I'm so hesitant to try new MMOs or try anything, because one, if it's an MMO, I want to play it on my computer, not a console. My computer can't even handle anything new right now. I need to get a new rig, an actual gaming rig for that kind of stuff. But none of these are interesting to me. I mean, maybe tomorrow for my segment, I think for my segment tomorrow, let's dive into just as a branch off of this discussion. We'll go look at current MMOs, upcoming MMOs, and we'll see if anything is remotely interesting. Because I remember a couple years ago when we thought Nightingale might be a thing, that fell on its face. That one fell on its face. So it's rough. It's disappointing that even though there are good games out there that I'm going to enjoy, I'm never really going to find, at least in the here and now, that thing that's going to sing to my soul. Sing to my soul. You're talking the Neverwinter Nights MMO. I knew somebody got into that. He told me it wasn't that great, but that was years ago. Hey, listen, it's a dream. I admit it's a dream. I completely admit it's a dream. I'm not going to pretend away. This is why I'm having this discussion. I remember that, but didn't we find out some things about that was unsettling? I'm trying to remember. I might be confusing it with something else. Hell, Pantheon Rise of the Fallen was supposed to be like that. It was supposed to have elements of the things I'm talking about, but that's failed. It's out and it's failed. Nobody cares. Listen, this discussion it's a dream. It's a discussion of dreams right now. That's why I'm classifying it as things I wish would happen. I'm being completely unrealistic right now. I know that. Very unrealistic. But that's why I'm classifying it as a dream, a hope. And back to Weasel's point, it requires innovation to do a lot of this stuff, and bravery, courage. Take the step of that innovation, to take that step forward. And I don't know if any corpo or indie or anything like that has the courage to do this right now. That would be innovation, Kratos. That would require innovation. That would require creating the living world I'm talking about, where it's going to keep evolving in front of you, where it's going to grow as the players grow. Create events from these characters and be like to have them where you could pull these characters, and I feel like that's where what you're talking about is the thing I would want to see in my solo game, where they're so real I can rely on them when I go out in the adventure. They're going to behave properly. As their AI programming within the engine is so good, they're going to behave properly. Gonna use the N-word. Oh man. See, I'd want to see that in the solo game I'm talking about, the private play game, not so much the MMO, because the MMO we have us. We're there. And I'd like good lively NPCs, but I wouldn't need them to be indistinguishable. But I would want that for the private play game, for a solo game, PvE game. I would. I think I've expressed all my thoughts. I feel like I'm going to start going in circles if I keep going. So let's keep going. Let's see. Do we have anything else here? Oh, we do. Kratos, Kratos, $35 plus the previous tip to review Jurassic World Rebirth and answer the quest for discussion. Okay, there it is. All right. So, all right, there we go. All right, so looks like I am going to have to watch Rebirth now. All right. Okay, there it is. Kratos' purchase time for me to get Rebirth. All right, so it is now Tuesday. Why don't we say Friday for that? Why don't we say Friday for that? Okay? Give me until Friday. Let me get through. Give me a couple days to get it done, and we can do that on Friday. I wasn't gonna. It's the same. It's the same experience that I would have with Superman. So there you go. Anyway, all right. So we've got that for Friday. Okay, so Friday I will watch Rebirth for Friday, and I will and super chats are not necessarily saved, but they are saved in my studio. So the super chat will still be in studio. So when the time comes, I will reread Kratos' super chat verbatim. And I will, after we do a live stream review on Friday of Jurassic World Rebirth, I will attempt then to answer the question as Kratos presented it. Okay. All right, then. There we go. All right. I do have one more article. You know what? I'm going to screw it. I'll do that article. You know what? I'm going to save that article for myself. I feel like at this point, it's too much of a gear shift and how I want to talk about it. I'm going to do that article on my own for a video on its own. Rather than that, I will do that on my own today and put that out. So unless we got anything else, we've been going for over an hour. I really enjoyed that discussion there. Reread Williams. Reread Williams. I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Anyway, I'm featured on YouTube. Hail Beardo! My favorite Goyim. I'm featured on YouTube. Hell yeah. All right. All right. So there we go. We're gonna wrap it up then for today, unless we got anything else. I guess we're not gonna be after yesterday's hose incident. I guess we're not going to tempt fate again with that. Anyway, all right. So then let's look at the schedule for the rest of the week. Tonight, I will be doing some Lunar. We'll be playing some more Lunar. Tomorrow we'll be playing Space Marine 2 with Alf, most likely. I don't know who our third is. And then now Kratos has purchased us to. I will watch Rebirth. We'll do a live stream review of Rebirth on Friday. Granted, I already have spoilers because me, Jed, and Dermy already talked about it, so I kind of know what's going to happen. but I have also kind of memory locked it. I kind of put it away. So we'll see I don't know full details. So I will watch Jurassic World Rebirth for Friday. I will do a live stream review of that. No retakes. I mean, no redos, anything, straightforward like that. And we'll see. And then I will attempt to your tip won't go through. What are you talking about? Oh, wait, what? It's not going through? Oh, the hose. Well, wait. Incoming. Oh, we're going to do an internet historian video. You want me to randomize internet historian? You want to do a random internet historian? Okay. I'll give you a second. And you can always. Oh, what the hell did I just do? What the hell did I just do? All right. So random internet historian video. So you want me to put in internet historian? What are you doing, YouTube? Stop. Jesus. Random internet historian. All right, Kratos, one came up. Cooking. I opened up the page and it just says cooking from incognito mode from 10 months ago. Is that it? Does that count? Here, I'll share my screen. Does that count? Will that be? Because I didn't have put in just cooking. And it is internet historian, it's incognito mode. Do you want it to be from the main channel or is incognito mode channel? I have to. We're waiting for Kratos to do that. Anyway, what's today's date? Today's the 15th. Let me check something on terms of what we got coming up. No, we still Anime Odyssey still 2 weeks away. We're not close to that. I won't bother with announcing anything on that yet. Kel, all right. And while we have this, Kel, do you have anything for Warhammer Wednesday yet tomorrow? Can we get a preview on what Warhammer Wednesday is going to be tomorrow? Have any ideas for that yet? Adam's hose incident. Listen, you guys can clip all that shit out and make that video. I'm not doing that. I am not. I don't want to relive the hose incident. Samuel was very happy about that, though. I made his day with that. That was a good one. I made his day with that. He liked that one. Anywho, I'm giving Kratos a second here. Okay, all right. So yeah, I think about lore of Exorcist chapter. Okay, I don't know anything about that. Outstanding. I love it when I don't know it. Okay, instructions on stream elements. Okay, Kratos Grails for another $20. Go to Internet Historian's channel, sort videos by popularity, watch the first one you haven't seen. Okay, all right. So I will do that right now. Let's go to Internet Historian. There we go. Internet Historian. Stop. Sort by popularity. We'll go to videos. And I will sort by popularity. Where is it? Popular. We did the Fall of 76. We've done No Man's Sky. We did Cost of Concordia. We did Failure of Fire Festival. We did Failure of Rainforest. The Failure of DashCon. We says we did Fairly Serious. Going Camping, End of the World. We did that one. Let's see. I want a meaty one here. All right. The story of Coney Con. The story of Coney 2012. No, we did that one. We also did Great iPhone Massacre. We did the Poles Goal. It says we did that one, but no. That zone, but why is it showing me that I looked at these, but I know I haven't? I haven't done that zone between Area 50 and 52. Let's see. The triggering of Shia LaBeouf. That was a fun one. The Shia LaBeouf ones were funny. Tales from the Virus. Let's do that one. All right, let's do this one. Let's do this one because we can all agree on obviously what's going to happen here. Okay, this is Internet Historian Tales from the Virus. Tales from the Virus from Kratos. Kratos wants us to do that one. A man needs to know about hoses. I know all I need to know about my own hose. Okay. Anything else before we get started? Ariel made me. We watched a couple on Mellow Mondays last year from Ariel. We did a couple last year from Ariel on that. All right, so here we go. This is Tales from the Virus. We know what he's talking about. The thumbnail had him carrying a bunch of toilet paper. So let's do it. Thank you, Kratos, for the $20. Let's have some fun on the way out the door today. All right, here we go. It sounds... And once again, this is Internet Historian. We enjoy him. He is very happy to let us watch and react to his videos. He has said so many times. So we happily watch his stuff because he's a cool dude.
Inhale. I can finally breathe again. It must be over. Scanning for traces of human life. 5G scanners activate. Nothing detected. The species Homo sapien is extinct. It's time to fulfill my purpose. Executing Operation Ice to Sea.
Ice to Sea. Oh, very Fallout-esque there. Very Fallout-esque.
Welcome back. Let me brief you on.
I mean, right there, that's Fallout. You know, you've been defrosted. You're coming out of stasis. And the world is not as you remember. It's very Fallout-esque right there.
How the world ended.
I like that it says, what's that? I thought that said G-Force for a second, but I can't quite read it. I can't read what that says.
Actually, the details are a bit foggy, but it's believed that Batman was eating soup with his hands at a Chinese restaurant when someone coughed on the croutons.
Toilet paper. I'll read this. In 2020, a shortage of toilet paper had gripped every major city across Australia. Citizens panicked at the looming prospect of cold spritzing in the shallow sink and looked to whatever substitute they could find. But once supplies of paper towels and facial wipes ran dry, desperation took hold. That desperation led to panic. Panic led to anarchy. Then anarchy led to memes. And one day, you will look up and yell for the toilet paper, and I will whisper, no. Rorschach, Watchmen, only on PlayStation. Listen. I remember during these dark times, I went out there. I guess I'm just good at what I do, foraging. I got toilet paper every time. Every time I went out, I got the toilet paper, the brand I liked. Got it every time, no problem. I had no problem finding toilet paper during the virus, none whatsoever. What I had sometimes problem finding was the sanitary wipes, because if you are an evolved human being, it's a combination of the two. And then I go take a shower after they're done. I go full after that, but you have to use them both. But I had a problem finding the sanitary wipes. That was a bit of a problem. But toilet paper, I found it every time.
January 2020. The virus is spreading across the globe.
All right,
The virus.
everyone just pops over dead and we win. Sweet.
And everyone was amped to start panicking. Oh my god. The virus TM is everywhere. In your country, in your homes.
Fernandez seriously was lucky. Lies. We are the strong. Yes, we are the strong.
In your cereal. Better not touch that door handle. Better not touch your face. Don't touch me. Breathe somewhere else, Vector. People said. Oh, I suppose it is kind of cute, though.
Oh, hello there.
No, I must resist.
No, don't resist. Risk it.
Guys, does anyone else feel like the air in here is kind of chunky? How do I take my white cell count? These ones all look red. You get the idea. So naturally, rumors started to spread. And the first one was about toilet paper. Hey, I heard that here in Australia, 90% of our toilet paper is produced in China. Maybe that means there'll be no new stock. So the public went out to grab an extra pack.
Now, that is an actual thing between Asia and Oceania. Having been out there for a little bit of a while in my time, that's an actual thing. Those two regions do a lot of trade and back and forth. China gets stuff from Australia. Australia gets stuff from China. So that there is some foundation to that statement there. There's some foundation. So you gotta that it starts somewhere. There's always a nugget of truth in the insanity that ensues.
Then the news stories started coming in about the lockdown. Fears realized. So they grabbed 2 packs. No one knew how long the lockdown would last either. Better grab 3.
That was from Sharknado. What?
4 just in case. And everyone had that same concern. Within the week, stocks on shelves were getting noticeably low. And from there, it was self-perpetuating.
I gotta say, I had a harder time finding regular tissues than toilet paper during this period of time. There was a period of time where I had a hard time finding tissues, and I had to get the most generic of generic brands out there to just get a regular supply of tissues. I had more trouble with tissues than toilet paper.
Bathroom paper was suddenly the hottest commodity in town. Petrol stations, corner stores, major chain supermarkets, everybody was out. Then, of course, photos shared on social media and broadcast on television of empty shelves just amplified the hysteria again.
I just want 1 pack.
To which the media said, don't buy it. But also, it is running out, but don't stock up. But who knows when new stock is coming, but don't you hoard. But it may be many weeks before you can get more. The messaging to the public was a little mixed.
You're saying to the nation this morning, Ali, stay calm, don't go and do it.
But race out there and get it so that you're not...
Then, as stock completely depleted, people were becoming desperate.
Every store I go to, every day, every city, and every hour of every day.
I buy the giant pack from Costco for my brand, and it's got a lot in there, and it lasts a while. And when it gets down to that last 6-pack, then I go buy the next one. So I'm never down to that last roll of toilet paper. I was like, oh my God, what if I have a horrible shit day and I just burn through this roll? So I hate it that we're once again going down the road of how do you wipe your ass? I don't want to go down this road, but here we are. This probably start of just let the crust. No! Do not let the crust grow. No. God.
You're going to find completely empty shelves.
Fights broke out between those who had none and those who had too much. It was chaos in the aisles.
Round 1. Fight!
Wait, so TP Hunter mother-daughter combo.
The Australian toilet roll crisis had reached critical mass. People were threatening to shit in the store, and someone even pulled a knife.
Is enough.
Enough.
The CEO of Australia came out and said,
I like that. The CEO of Australia came out and said, we're going to put you all in camps. That's what we're going to do.
It's been one of the most disappointing things I've seen in Australian behaviour in response to this crisis.
But that scolding did little to quell the frenzy. So the media published articles informing people that actually this is all fake news, and 60% of Australia's toilet paper is produced domestically. But that also didn't quell the frenzy. So supermarkets enacted a 1-pack per person rule.
I remember this on here in the States. I remember this. I'm allowed to buy 1.
But frenzies cannot be quelled. And so that's when the price online soared. Amazon, eBay, Gumtree, toilet paper was everywhere. First for double the price. Then triple. Then things just went wild.
Scalping. Never pass up an opportunity to rob your fellow man and enrich yourself.
10-pack, single rolls, a few pieces of 3-ply, all for crazy prices. People went from selling it by the pack to selling it by the gram.
The number 2 lord.
And the rest of us who couldn't afford it had to get creative.
Oh no, dude, there's no way. That ain't working, man. That ain't working.
But fear not, citizen. Here come the heroes. One of Australia's state newspapers swooped in with a special edition to save the day. It featured 8 blank pages at the back, just in case. By the way, this was after an Australian family had accidentally made a massive online order. They thought they were getting 48 rolls. Wrong. They were getting 48 boxes. And soon they had become the de facto royalty of Australia. They built a throne with the boxes and sat aloft it.
I found the crown of
Australia
in the gutter, he said, and I picked it up.
But for the rest of us common folk, thievery was the only answer. We began stealing from public toilets. We began stealing from work.
A new survey has found 1 in 3.
Oh, no. Really? Really?
Aussies has stolen toilet paper from work to use at home.
Some started stealing from hotels, stealing from cars, stealing from the blind. Even animals were stealing. It's a pretty good memes, though.
Seriously?
And just as some relief was coming, thank God, a new shipment. But that truck burned down.
No! Truck carrying toilet paper goes up in flames on Brisbane's Gateway Bridge. That's insane. Of course, this is Australian news of this period of time, so I, of course, never saw any of this stuff. That is insane. That's an insane twist to, man, it's when the absurd becomes reality. You can't write this shit, man. Wow. Here comes fresh toilet paper, but the freaking truck catches on fire? How does that even happen? Semi-trailer carrying 100 rolls, toilet paper caught on fire in Brisbane overnight. The B-double semi-trailer caught fire on the northbound lane before requiring 2 fire. I want to know how it caught on fire. Hope he tells us. How does a truck catch on fire like that?
Fire crews rescued what rolls they could. The rest left charred and soggy.
Fascinatingly, a problem which began in and was specific to Australia was soon spreading to the rest of the world despite
Here we go. Panic ensues.
Despite the circumstances being completely different. In fact, stats time. In most countries, the majority of toilet paper is actually produced locally. Toilet paper is cheap but bulky, meaning it's expensive to ship relative to its retail value. So domestic producers are often able to manufacture at a cost lower than their international competitors. TLDR, unless the factories in your country shut down, there isn't going to be a shortage.
But people are stupid and will believe anything if some moron tells them. Like me.
Shut up and panic.
No.
And so toilet paper became a highly profitable business. And that's when organized criminal gangs moved in. Armed robbers in Hong Kong.
What? Tell me the triads in Hong Kong got in on the toilet paper game? Is that what you're telling me?
Held a delivery driver at knife point and got away with around 600 rolls. 18,000.
It's a little surreal to me that this was actually going on. I mean, he said Hong Kong. That means it was triads. Freaking triads. The mafia of Asia got involved in jacking toilet paper off the back of trucks. God damn.
1,000 pounds of toilet paper was stolen from this lorry. And this, and this, and this, and many more. But it's time to move on. After about 4 weeks with consumption steady and everyone only having one ass to wipe, and supply increasing to compensate,
I'll have you know my ass counts as 2 asses.
toilet paper returned to shelves. The balance was restoring. The shops were healing. Which meant it was time to panic about something else.
G. I can feel the 5G coursing through my veins. What is happening to my body? I feel stronger, faster, smarter. I'm transcending. The data flows with me and I within it. Just look at how fast this video is loading. And it's 1080p. Ah! What if we kissed underneath the 5G tower? The Sirens, Homer's Odyssey. Only on PlayStation.
5G time. So you think it's a virus? That's cute. Let me fill you in on the scoop, rookie. See that
Oh no, conspiracy theory time.
tower over there?
No, Dermy's ass counts as 3.
Now look at this. Coincidence? 5 Gs, 5 fingers, 5 sides to a pentagram. PlayStation 5. Well,
That's not a PlayStation
a
5.
lot of coincidences lining up, wouldn't you say? And social media agreed. With these indisputable facts such as, I have headache, it was only inevitable
I have headache. It's coming through the internet. Ah!
that the word would spread like a wildfire. It was time for the 5G squad to leap into action. 5G squad! Gwyneth Paltrow, that lady from that movie, Alien.
I like it how he used
Gwyneth Paltrow, that lady from that movie,
the Cooch candle, Gwyneth Paltrow's Cooch candle, and Jenny McCarthy. What a disappointment she was.
Alien. People began protesting the 5G towers.
Save lives! Hug someone! Save lives!
The 5G network.
And the destruction was extensive. I had no idea really until
People were burning down 5G towers. They were saying that 5G towers were creating the virus. What is this? What insanity is this?
I started digging.
Am I aware that a teen girl squad that he's referencing? No, I'm not. I am not, Kratos. I have no idea what he's talking about. Remember, I'm an old man, lost in the woods, scared and afraid. I don't know anything.
But in the UK, over 50 towers were vandalized or set ablaze in a single month. Reported by April, 39 servicing engineers had been attacked on the job.
You know, when they turn this on, it's going to kill everyone, and that's why they're building the hospitals.
In North Carolina, one woman just started opening fire on a couple of technicians.
Oh my God. I really cannot handle stupid. 5G was causing hysteria about the toilet paper.
There were 2 workers up on the tower when the shots rang out. A third worker on the ground ran up into this area. That's where he called for help.
The 2 men were okay, but when police came, she armed herself with 2 axes and barricaded herself in her home.
Did you shoot at a cell tower worker, ma'am?
She's out on bond and she's had the weapons confiscated.
New 5G. Stimulate your senses.
In Auckland, New Zealand, at least a dozen 5Gs have been vandalized or set ablaze.
Mysterious fires
It's a total of 60 Gs.
have hit 15 cell towers in the last 6 weeks.
In the Netherlands, 16. Reports of more in Ireland, Cyprus, and Belgium. Counter-terrorist police are getting involved in Australia, and 7 cell tower fires in Montreal, Canada. Although, one big problem. How do you tell 5G from the regular Gs?
You strap yourself in and feel the G's.
Well, it's not actually that easy for the untrained eye. Most of the destroyed towers were actually just regular ones, carrying essential 2 to 4G network infrastructure, causing outages for emergency services and the public. Naturally, YouTube and Facebook started cracking down on the 5G conspiracy groups and banning everyone, and the movement has gone somewhat underground. Oh my God, they're in on it. Alongside false causes came false cures. No vaccine yet? No problem. Here's a list
There's still no vaccine. There's still no vaccine.
of placebos that'll get you patched up. High-dose infusions of vitamin C, silver solution, touching your TV, kissing a shrine, spiritual vaccines, plant sap in the eye, special mattress, cow urine, cow dung,
Oh, dude. People are stupid.
camel urine, a cotton ball soaked in violet oil in the anus.
No. 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 Why would you even think to do something like that? What? You just want to shove things up your ass at that point.
Miracle mineral solution, drinking fish tank cleaner, eating fruit that looks like the virus, treatment packs, toothpaste, the biocharger NG, subtle energy platform TM, vegetarianism, virus shutout protection pendants, healthy living, radionics machine, schwang string ganglion, injecting house cleaner, hand cream, garlic, banunus, alcohol, water, ginger, lemon, mangoes, durian, onions. It's everything. Everything and anything is apparently a cure. But who needs cures? I've got something better. Add time. Soon. Soon we will be together.
They are ready for you, Mr. VPN.
We let him run his ad
Welcome
read.
back.
That's
Today
what
we're
you do.
looking
Let him
at
run his ad read.
NordVPN. Gather round, everyone. Here's my girlfriend. Well, a friend. She's my girlfriend, but I'm not her boyfriend. It's complicated. Point is, she doesn't use NordVPN. If she did, she could access international catalogs from her favorite streaming services. Oh shit, get down. Now let's pretend that this window is her computer security. Look how easily I can just snatch up all their data. Oh, jackpot. If she had used NordVPN, we wouldn't be looking at all her personal photos. Hey, look at this one. Oh shit, we're busted. Everyone, cheese it.
I love it. I love that term. Cheese it. That's old school Futurama.
Oh, nice. Now imagine this was you. And imagine this was a 3-year plan with 70% off was a 3 extra month.
He won't stop. I need to buy tickets and leave the country. Oh no. No, not again.
Public Wi-Fi isn't safe. Encrypt your browsing with your VPN.
Taxi.
No sweat. I can see from her browsing history that she is going to Japan.
Finally. Some peace. There's no way he can find me here in Japan.
Really? An Airbnb's Wi-Fi? Don't you know how dangerous that is? Also, there's access to international content.
How did he find me? No. They're biting me. Help.
スネークピット。NordVPN で
He's
データを
really
保
gone
護
off
す
the
る。
deep end on this one.
This wouldn't have happened if you had used NordVPN.
これは起こりませんでした。
Supply chain. Who supplies the chains? And who chains the supplies? These are the real questions we need to be asking. You want to fight? I'm gonna bring a chain with me, wrap it around your leg like in the movies, and pull real hard and you'll fall over. Katana drawn, you'll forfeit, you lose. Now get out of here, you rascal. We have nothing to lose but our supply chain. Karl Marx, it'll work this time, volume 3. Yes, thank you. Only.
The lockdown had some interesting carryovers on the agricultural sector. Let's talk about the sexy topic of food supply. You can roughly break goods into 2 categories, commercial and retail. With all the restaurants and a ton of manufacturing shut down, the commercial side came to a grinding halt. Half of the stock had nowhere to go. Maybe we could just send it to the supermarkets. No can do. You have to repackage, process, and deliver all of that stuff before the new expiration date and with a limited workforce.
Not wrong. Expiration dates are a real thing. You got to respect the expiration date.
Then you'd have to get the supermarkets to agree to take all that extra stock. And meanwhile, people aren't going to simply buy twice as many groceries. So either it rots on the shelves or the price drops below cost. What's the point?
Woohoo! Cheap meat!
So there's a big surplus. The supply chain had broken. By week 1 of the lockdown, farmers all around the country are looking at their billions of dollars of quickly expiring crop with no one to take it from them. And they know that by next week, they'll have double that amount. Sandra, how many eggs do we eat a week? I don't know, probably 10? Why? That means our leftovers are going to be about 750,000 eggs. Well, I don't want 750,000 chickens. I guess there's only one thing to do.
No.
So the farmers began neutralizing their crops.
That is unfortunate.
Target neutralized. It was a slaughter.
Oh, my cabbages!
Millions of pounds of onions were buried alive in Idaho. Farmers stopped making grain and started making donuts. Donuts on their tractors all over the field, turning everything to compost. Cabbages were being ravaged. The potatoes weren't being atoed. Boo.
I have potato blood in my veins.
I remember the potato guy. I have potato blood. I am potato. I remember that dude.
Squash were being compressed. The dairy farmers of America estimated that 3.7 million gallons of milk were being dumped every day. Oh, he needs some milk. But once the farmers had destroyed their crops, of course, they had to immediately plant new ones because demand could come back and you wouldn't want to get caught a whole crop cycle behind the market. So the cycle would repeat and repeat and repeat until everything returned to normal.
Zoom. Imagine using Skype. Rings forever with that annoying tone. Press the little X button to close, only to find out later that it's minimized and your camera was still on, and you're still humping your girlfriend on camera. Random spam calls from Bitcoin Lover 87. Skype you later, said no one. WhatsApp might be an alternative, but it wants my phone number and private data. Viber, I barely know her. Zoom was the only sensible alternative until it wasn't. Zoom, enhance, Zoom, enhance, Zoom, enhance. Horatio Kane, CSI Miami, when the criminal wears a low-cut top. Only on PlayStation.
Zoom. So everyone was locked in their houses. But work, school, and life had to carry on.
What's 9 plus 10?
And that's where Zoom came in. Simple to use, able to host up to 100 people per meeting. Millions moved over to Zoom and it skyrocketed to #1 in the App Store. Companies and educational institutions all jumped on the Zoom train too. Why not? It was so easy. All you needed was the room key. Even the boomers could use it. Can you see my dog?
What the fuck?
Tee. Look, I can change the background.
Jeff, oh my god, did he fall?
These are some of my friends.
Oh my god, did he fall? What are you, dumb? What are you, retarded? The answer is yes.
It's from high school.
Okay, everyone. I'll see you on Wednesday.
But many weren't used to having a camera pointed at them for long periods.
Fortunately, I am used to having a camera pointed at me for long periods. Hello, world.
Some even forgot they were being watched.
Very high standards and
Oh, yeah, there it is. A girl on the toilet. No, show me the one where the dude was just railing the chick. Show me that one.
and like
Or didn't know that the camera had turned on at all.
oh, your video is on.
And then
That's the penis.
someone had a brilliant idea. What if I just published this room key online?
Internet will always win. He's holding on for dear life and fighting. Don't you understand? He's fighting the struggle.
Yes or no?
Dude, I've been in this thing for a while. No one said anything.
Hi, Mr. Knob. Are you joining us? Do you have a breastfeeding question?
Am I bugging? We're fucking married dead right now, bro.
Did that sound like shock a little bit there?
It's good to see you again.
And what if I gave it to one of my favorite online creators? Perhaps some of the greatest live stream content to ever grace this humble platform.
Okay.
Take out your number 2 pencils. It's time to learn.
Who is this?
I am
from
Oh my God.
the university.
Too mad. Who let you in?
Hey guys, this is Chris.
Hey guys, this is Joe Nuts.
Are you in my class?
Yes, I am transfer student from
A transfer student from where do you say?
If you don't let him in, you're racist.
So what are we learning today? Does anyone want to tell me I come to class late? And no one wants to tell me why? Why? Tell me reason.
You're in the wrong section there, brother.
I'm part of Zoom. I'm an employee of Zoom.
You're going to have to press Alt and F4 at the same time on your keyboard to fix your room because it's currently public.
I don't do that.
You guys are going to start the next revolution in America. We hope. I mean, we can definitely use one.
Revolution. I like the sound of that.
How do you get him out? It was Hunter. Hunter let me in. Hunter, why did you do this? Yes, it was. Don't nod your don't.
I don't know who this guy was. So.
Don't do that with your head. No, you did.
Who are you?
What do you mean, who am I? I'm and you let me through the gate.
Who the heck is it? Oh my God, what the?
Oh my God.
I don't think there is a realistic way where they could do anything about it.
What's 2 plus 4?
2 plus
21.
All right, I'm gonna wrap up this thoughts about Natalie's story.
What does it do? What does shop down? What does it do?
History class. Oh, hell yeah. And he's lost an election twice. He,
He's like so confused. He saw the cock and he was like, "What?"
He saw the cock and was like, "What?" That can be applied to so many things. Oh, he's dead. Oh, he's dead. Well, at least he'll go down in history.
Okay, so I'm just going to talk about it now. Okay. So, you guys can open up. I'll give you a minute or two to open up.
Oh, Lord.
Robert, take that off your screen.
Well, I mean, considering how he looked, it must have been heart disease or high cholesterol. That man was not in shape.
Robert's gonna get some trouble. Robert's probably in his room right now, just fucking freaking out. It's like, it's not me. I'm Robert, baby. Robert, how could you?
But then they had a whole bunch of controversies, and a number of schools and companies stopped using the platform. RIP. Even though the stock price keeps going up.
Nature 2 Reloaded. Only in nature can we answer the mysteries of the universe. How we getting almond milk if they ain't got nips? If I eat an apple seed, will it make tree in my belly? You gotta understand it. When you were like a 5 or a 6 year old and you're eating watermelon and fruit like that and a seed, that was the shit we told each other. If you swallow that seed, oranges are gonna grow in your stomach. Don't do it. And when you're like 5, you believe that shit. And then you of course learn, no, you're just gonna poop it out. It's not gonna be a problem. But that's like what a 5-year-old believes. But if somebody's asking, if somebody's asking if I eat an apple seed, will it make a tree in my belly? Yeah, you got a problem. You should go back to get some learning. You ever think about all the animals are nudes? Us. Feels a bit like showing up to the pub in a tuxedo. That's very, you can milk a cat. Can you milk me? When I pass a flowering zucchini plant in a garden, my heart skips a beat. Gwyneth Paltrow. And then you made another cooch candle.
With people locked in their homes, nature was allowed to return to the unoccupied streets. The healing had begun.
Real happy world. Actually, our problem was we had a mouse infestation in this building. Because there was no shit out out there for them to forage for, they came to the buildings, and we learned how many open spaces there were in this apartment. I had a brief invasion for like a week. It was horrifying because we don't live in filth here. They just came through the holes in the wall looking for shit, like in the bathroom, in the laundry room, behind the refrigerator and the stove. I had to hire actual pest control because the freaking complex wouldn't do it. I had to get pest control to come do this shit.
Satellite imagery showed pollution levels dropping everywhere. The canals of Venice were changing from their usual feculent brown to a vibrant blue as boats were docked and silt could resettle. From their windows, residents could see fish, algae, and other sea life return to the waters. But that wasn't all. Animals...
Oh no, you ain't never cleaning up Venice. You ain't never cleaning up that shit. Venice is filthy forever. Ain't gonna happen.
Saw the free real estate and began migrating into the cities and towns. Sheep and whales took back the town and ruled over it with an iron hoof. Hungry monkeys in Thailand...
Hungry monkeys! Is this where Lex Luthor got all his monkeys?
and took to the city square as the tourists who usually fed them disappeared. Giant ducks were seen in London. Alligators in Florida were once again using the roads. Rats in New Orleans were... No, that's normal.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Otters in Singapore. Oh my god. Are we the virus?
Human beings are a disease.
That is profound. Dude. Maybe we were the real corona all along. Nature returned to New York for the first time since it was established in 65 million BC. We even had a good fake out on an extinct species, the Malabar civet, which hasn't been seen for 30 years. Oh my god. Although it turns out it was just a regular, sick Indian civet. Scooters were returning to the riverways. Nilgai? Haven't heard of that. Cows had begun returning to the ocean. Cats was seen by some in London to a limited audience. Sambar were incorrectly using zebra crossings. And giraffes had returned to the cities. Nature is healing. Namaste. Anyway, I'm busy. That's the lesson. Here's a multi-tool. Good luck out there. Please close the door behind you. Thank you. Goodbye. Oh my god. Is this Mars? This is one hell of a twist. I know, right? Oh my god, it's Elon Musk. Yes, a double twist. Welcome home, X-A13.
Oh my god, it's a triple twist.
What the
Video
twist?
over. The next one's almost done. Give me 2 weeks. Have you heard of incognito mode?
All right, he's gonna pip the other channel, which you didn't know. All right, that was a funny one. I didn't know that some of that shit actually happened during Koof times, the Koof era, because I wasn't on YouTube yet, so I wasn't really a part of documenting that shit. But anyway, there we go. That was a fun one. Via Kratos, thank you for having us witness the tales of the virus. Thanks to Internet Historian. Again, if you like Internet Historian, go and check out his channel. He's a lot of fun. He's a cool dude. Does not mind that we react to his stuff. In fact, he encourages it. And now, because it is July 15th, the supposed rules about reacting to content on YouTube are now in effect. So that's why when we go forward for this segment of this show, which is the only time I really react to stuff on this channel, let's make sure it's stuff that I can pause and talk about and truly transform, make it creative, make it fun, so we can get into it. Another one? Oh boy. Another $20 from the virus. Please watch the 1-minute video I sent on Twitter since it's relevant. Internet Historian referenced it with the 5G squad. Okay, it explains the 5G squad. All right. Let me find it if my DMs will work correctly. Here we go. Let me copy this link. Let's move it over here to the Chromes. And All right, this is what Internet Historian was referencing. This is Teen Girl Squad. Thank you, the virus, for that. All right, let's check this out as we wind down for the day. Why does it keep shrinking my screen like this? This is so strange. Really weird. Anyway, all right, here we go.
Teen Girl Squad! Cheerleader! So-and-so! What's your face? The ugly one!
Did that say unpopped pimple? Oh, unpopular. I thought that said unpopped pimple.
The ugly one!
Teen.
Hey guys, let's go get ready to look so good! Word, word, word. Okay, now let's start looking good! Aight. Boy. Kristen, you look burnt or dead. I miss Christina. I have a crush on every boy. Arrowed. Ow, my skin. Punt. Dag, yo. I look so good. Oh, hey there, cheerleader. You looking so good. You want to go take a ride with me up to Checkers? Or Rallies? Or Sonic Burger? Whatever you guys got here.
What did I just watch? What did I just watch? This is homestarrunnerd.com, their channel. My brain just stopped. My brain has stopped. I don't know what I just watched. I guess we're ending on that. The first of many. Okay. All right, guys. We are going to wrap it up. We have gone much longer than normal, but that's okay. We have a lot of fun here. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. Remember to hit that like button if you have found your way here for the first time. I encourage you to check out the rest of the channel. Hit that subscribe button. We got a lot of fun things happening. Remember, later tonight, there will be some Lunar Part 4, I think, heading towards the Black Dragon Cavern, getting that Black Dragon armor. And we have more good stuff later on. So I'll see you guys tomorrow again, also at 1 p.m. Eastern for another Daily Dive Double D's where you guys are the ones in charge. We have a lot of fun. Thank you all. I'll see you later. Take it easy.